4A Division II semifinals. We're down to the Final Four, and today it's the Southlake Carroll Dragons at 12-1 against your Stevenville Yellow Jackets at 13-1. Talk about a couple of teams rich in tradition. In fact, they both won state championships in 1993. The Dragons then Class 3A, of course your Yellow Jackets Class 4A. Also, this is a clash of offenses. Both teams are so explosive, it could be 50-50 just at halftime. It should be a fun game to watch. The winner goes off to the state finals. And we'll have the flip of the coin and the opening kickoff coming up next on Nothing But Sports Productions.
There's a new star in town, Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury. Come see the difference for yourself. New owners, anxious to win your business with the best possible deals. New hours, open weekdays till 7 and now open Saturday till 6. And most of all, new attitude. You'll love dealing with the friendly people at Techstar. If you don't buy from us, it won't be because of the price. Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury, Stevenville.
Hi, I'm Tim with Greenmaker Nursery. No landscaping job is too small or too big. From bedding plants to trees and shrubs, we can make your home more beautiful. Stop by or give us a call.
We're about to have the opening toss, and Johnny, these two programs in the last 10 years are as well-known, story and tradition-rich as there are in Class 4A football, taking into consideration that Southlake's coming up from 2A and 3A and what they've done there.
Yeah, they are, and there was a time when they were in 3A when they won those back-to-back state championships when they had Dane Johnson, Chris Brown, those guys playing for them, and I forget now, it was a record. It was like 76 district games in a row that they won. This is, as you said, it's a very, very successful program, has a lot of rich history.
Well, right now, Art Browse is talking with the officials down on the 45-yard line. Not sure what that discussion is, but our own Justin Haskey is standing right next to him. Maybe he'll turn his mic on.
Yeah, maybe he better not.
Think we get in trouble for that a little bit? Hey, John, notice that once again we're sitting next to the opposition's coaches up in the booth.
Yeah.
And for some reason, all these coaches think I'm going to look at their stuff because they put up all these signs to block where I can't read their plays.
Well, that's all right. We had an opportunity to listen in on them earlier. We have Justin, our engineer, with us who can fire at any frequency.
Now, don't say that. We're going to get in trouble.
I'm just kidding.
Even though his name is Justin McClure. Get that right.
No. And although it is just, it's just coaches talking,
Stevenville is wearing their home jerseys, but they are visitors today.
And look who the captains are, Boots. Your captains, Mercer, Gartside, Cardwell, and Haney. Derek Haney out there with us.
Well, Justin, if you would turn the mic on, we could listen to the guys.
He's ready.
All right.
And he's just waiting for the referee. Hey, he's a quarterback.
Stevenville is the visiting team. This is a standard silver dollar. Eisenhower, the eagle is tails. Call it while it's in the air. If I drop it, we'll flip it again.
Tails.
He called a tail. It is a head. You've won the toss. You wish to exercise your option first half or second half? First half. Do you wish to receive kick or defend a goal?
Receive.
Receive. Okay, which goal do you wish to defend?
All right, you heard it right there that Stephenville lost the toss. Southlake Carroll, by winning, decided that they would not defer and take the option in the first half and will receive. So Southlake Carroll will be going from right to left. Your Jackets from left to right. Jackets in the home blue jerseys, blue headgear, white pants, with the Dragons of Southlake Carroll in the white tops, white headgear, black pants. Johnny, we're almost ready to get underway.
Well, I'm ready for sure. Southlake Carroll averaging 214 yards on the ground this year, 183 by passing for a total of 397. Again, that is through only 13 games. Remember, they're actually 12-1. You may have seen in some publications that they're 13-1. Actually, only 12-1. They didn't get to play Denton because they got rained out early in the season when all that bad weather was going along.
There's only two state-ranked teams left in the playoffs, Stevenville and Lamarck. Lamarck, as you heard, won earlier 17-7. Interesting that this Southlake Carroll team, as talented as they are, with only one loss, never broke into the top 10 and stayed there at the end of the season.
Well, and I think they just have not earned the respect of Class 4A Boots that they need to because of their move up recently. I think they probably have it now, or at least they will have it next year.
Well,
sure.
Their first couple of years, they had some tough luck. One season only winning 3 games. Another season they got into the first round of the playoffs, but got beat early on. 3-6-1 in 96, 7-5 in 97, and right now 12-1.
And that 3-win season you're talking about, the only year in the last 13 years they have not been in the playoffs. So they know where they are, and Stevenville will have their hands full. We need the Can fans working hard and overtime tonight.
Ty Strickland is back deep for the Dragons. He stands at his own 5-yard line. Also back with him, Matt Scratchard. And also as well back there is Blake Walker. J.W. Bourne for Stephenville getting ready to kick off to get this one underway.
Carroll's had a lot of problems with turnovers here in the playoffs, especially the last 2 weeks, Boots. It almost cost them the win against Highland Park. Let's see if Stevenville can get to take advantage of that.
We are away. Deep end-over-end kick that will be taken by Walker at the 15, up to the 10. The 20 finds a seam across the 30 and gets to the 35-yard line. Good field position to start for the Carroll Dragons.
Mercer on the tackle for Stevenville. That's a little more of a return than you would want. He picked it up at the 10, so that's 25-yard return. I thought they might have had him at the 20, just a little bit of a hole. He squeezed through to get out to 1st and 10 at 35.
Nathan Chandler will be in shotgun with 2 backs standing next to him, 2 receivers to the near side. Now Nathan will get up under center. Chandler with the count, coming the option to the near side. Still running, finds a seam across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A game on the play of about 7. Gain on that play of 7 yards. It sets up 2nd down and 3. And John, as we talked about in the pregame, Chandler, a guy that normally likes to throw the football, we saw can run the option if called upon to do so. He may not be the most fleet of foot, but he had excellent blocking.
Well, he only has just over 400 yards rushing this year, but he does have 18 touchdowns. And as Coach Browse told you in the pregame, they will run the speed option, and there was.
McNutt lines up behind Strickland. Strickland under center, 2 receivers near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Straight drop, looking to throw into big-time trouble is Chandler, and he's stacked all the way back at the 33-yard line. Coming up on a linebacker blitz was McCormick.
Well, and they put Jack Hodges at nose guard, Boots. Hodges took the center out. That is Robert Clayton. And, I mean, he came through untouched. And there's one of those plays that we told you about. Coach Copeland talking to him during the week. He said, get ready, because we're going to come at this guy from 19 different directions, and there's one of them.
It's a loss on the play. Back to the 35 is where actually the spot is. So it is now 3rd down and 10 here in the Nations Bank first quarter. Just underway. Southlake Carroll, Stevenville Yellow Jackets in the Class 4A state semifinal contest. In shotgun is Nathan Chandler. 1 back standing next to him is McNutt. 3 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Chandler looking to throw. Is in some trouble. Now he'll be flushed. Escapes. 35, 40. Hammered at the 44-yard line. And Chandler absolutely got his bell rung on the corner. Was it Gunn?
Yes, it was.
Brady Gunn absolutely rips Chandler right upside the chin. It will be about a half-yard short of the yardage needed for the first down, and Carroll will have to punt.
My goodness. He's still standing. You got to give him credit, because he took one right on the chops. What a big-time shot by Gunn. He'll remember that next time he runs. Good defense in the secondary, by the way, Boots. The intended receiver fell down here on the near side, so Chandler had to run with it.
Scratchard is the one getting set to punt. He stands at his own 30-yard line, awaiting the deep snap. Snap back to him. Browse and Cardwell are deep. Spiraling kick will be taken by Cardwell at the 18. Looks for a seam, gets to the 20. He runs backwards and then gets tackled back at the 18-yard line. Cardwell looking for a little bit of yardage, loses some after the 37-yard punt from Scratchard, but the Stevenville defense holds 3 and out, and so the offense of Stevenville comes onto the field for their first possession of the game, starting at their own 18-yard line with 9:29 to go in the Nations Bank first quarter, 0-0.
Well, you remember last week, Boots, when we played Wichita Falls Hershey, only touched the ball 3 times in the whole first half, so with 9:29 to go in the opening period, Stevenville's got to be loving this.
Halfway through last week's game in the fourth quarter, Stevenville had 42 points, and it only had the ball under 10 minutes. Pitch to the near side. Cardwell looking for a seam, gets to the 20, gets hit hard out to the 22-yard line. It was a play where Cardwell was in motion and then took a pitch from Luker. He'll go forward for almost 4 yards. It sets up second down and 6.
Michael Wise, the free safety, up to make the tackle, and you said it is. That was a pretty big pop that he put on Cardwell. Again, they went with the no-back offense, just brought Cody in motion to the near side. Tried to spring him around the corner, got one good block to get some positive yards.
Split receivers both sides, I formation behind Luker. Now the tailback Evett will go in motion to the far side. Luker drops the football, jumps back on top of it, extends out to the 23-yard line, so a gain of maybe 1 on the play sets up third down, and we'll call it a short 6, a long 5 needed.
And he immediately walked over and talked to Van Haddam and said something, and it looked to me like the ball hit him right in the hands, and once again, Stevenville lucky not to turn the ball over down in their own end zone. We saw that last week, got a first down in doing it. Kellen could have picked that ball up on the bounce, but did the right thing. Just fall on it, recover it.
Twins to the far side, one receiver near side. Luker in the first time in shotgun. Snap back to him, rolling to the far side, setting up, looking to throw, has a receiver. Cardwell, great catch, first down. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. A pickup on the play of about 10. Stephenville first at 10 at its own 34.
Man, that was a pretty good pass. He fired that ball over there. Kellen just getting better week after week, Boots. Don't you think, at running to his left and throwing across the body? He does that as well as anybody in the state of Texas.
Luker has matured more this year, I think, than any quarterback in one season that I have seen over what he's done over his junior and his sophomore years.
Well, that's a good point.
First and 10 for the Jackets. Luker is under center. 2 backs, pitch to the near side is Hunter. Hunter trying to get to the outside. He's in trouble. 30 tries to get to the corner, runs out of bounds at the 34-yard line. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage when he's run out of bounds by the middle linebacker, Lyndon Heltz. It'll be second and 10.
Good defense that time by the safety, Michael Wise, who came up and took the blocker out and caused Zach to have to go a little bit wider. Once he did, he really had no chance to get around the corner.
KC Steed and Carr will split to the far side. Evett to the near side is lined up as a tight end. Hunter and Ferrasis in the backfield. Now it's Hunter comes in motion to the near side. Play action. Luker setting up, trying to get Evett to escape. In some trouble is Luker, but he escapes. Now looking to throw downfield. He does behind Evett. And Luker did a nice job just to get rid of that ball. But what an even better job Luker did to make 2 defenders miss him when they had him for the for sure sack.
That was Eric Thomas, the strong end who came in with a big pressure, 6'3", 240-pound senior, and it was just a jailbreak for him. And he got her through there pretty quick. Heads-up play by Kellen to keep from getting sacked way back at his 25-yard line.
Third down and 10 for the Jackets at their own 34-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Luker in shotgun, 0-0 at the 7:48 mark in the first quarter. Snap back to Luker, setting up, throwing the deep ball. No, it's a slant across the middle. Wide open is A.B. Combs, but I thought I saw motion or movement before the play started.
Well, that's a tough break, too, because Stevenville had a big play that had just developed. A.B. caught it on the start at the 50-yard line. There wasn't anybody around him. And now look at the safeties going, hey, man, I thought you had that guy.
Well, they had 3 receivers to the far side, did Stevenville. One of those receivers came on a slant, who was Combs. And all the Dragons went with the outside men. No one picked up the inside receiver. But the illegal procedure will move the ball back to the 29-yard line, and that's where Stevenville will have it third down and 15.
Ooh, that's a tough break. Boy, they had not only did they have the first down, but they had big yardage because AB would have run for a while.
Trips to the near side, 2 receivers far side. Luker is under center. No backs in the backfield. Straight drop. Throwing across the middle. Cardwell way over his head, and it was because there was quick pressure Lyndon Helt, the middle linebacker, was coming on a linebacker blitz, and Luker had to get rid of it very soon.
Well, and he came clean, too. Nobody touched him as they stacked him in there, and that's an adjustment the offensive line is going to have to pick up.
Evett will get set to punt. Back deep is Strickland for the Dragons. He stands at his own 40-yard line. Evett is at his 15, awaiting the deep snap. Keel with the snap, good, right to Evett. Kick is away, good, spiraling, deep kick that will chase Strickland back to his 28-yard line. Makes a move to the 25, gets back to the 30, and he's stacked under the 31-yard line. 42 yards on a great punt from Evett, 3 yards on the return. And so that's where the Dragons of Southlake Carroll will start 1st and 10, actually at their own 31-yard line.
Boy, how big is that? A 42-yard punt. That gives you your field position back that you certainly don't want to let them have. And well, this one started out, I think, just about the way we thought it would, Boots. Both teams, Stevenville did get one first down before they had to punt. Both teams just kind of feeling each other out right now.
Like a couple heavyweights early in the bout. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Under center is Chandler. Chandler giving straight ahead to Strickland. Strickland will go forward for 1 yard, and that will be it. It'll set up 2nd down and 9.
Clayton Harmon in there along with Boone and Hodges. Clayton just fought his man off and dove over there, and again, you saw a little bit of their offense, what Stevenville tries to do. They tried to spread the defense out, but when you've got a middle linebacker like Hodges and strong tackles and Parks and Harmon, that's a nice backup to have when the DBs are out of the middle.
3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Chandler is under center. The one back behind him is McNutt. Strickland is the near slot receiver. Chandler, straight drop, looking to throw the deep fade pattern on the far sideline. It's up, and a great catch is made at the 38-yard line. Making the catch for the Dragons, number 82, that's Justin Turner, and he got behind Ryan Harris on a perfectly thrown football.
Boy, you talk about throwing it out now, brother. He threw it, and there's a good example of what we were talking about. You let Nathan Chandler stand back there and have time. He can throw the deep out. He's got the strong enough arm, and that's a big first down. And the first time either team's been in the other team's territory. 1st and 10, 36.
36-yard line of Stevenville, where the Dragons begin after that first down. Their first down of the game at the 6:47 mark of the Nations Bank first quarter. 0-0 our score. Chandler throwing the option to the near side, is hit behind the line, and then he is escaping, and then he'll be going forward, and then finally tackled at the 33-yard line. That's a play that could have been either a loss of 3 or a slight gain, and Chandler made a slight gain into it.
McCormick had him at 36, couldn't quite wrap him up. Looked like he slipped out of his grip just a little bit, and then he got help from 4 other Yellow Jackets. As you said, just a short gain of about 3 on the play.
2nd down and 7 for the Dragons. Twins to the far side, 2 receivers near side. McNutt is the one back behind Chandler under center. Chandler under center, straight drop, looking to throw. He's in some trouble. He'll be sacked. The ball is loose. Stevenville has picked it up and going the other way. Stevenville will be tackled at the 42-yard line, but making the return was Boone, I believe, or was it Gilson? McCormick made the hit, caused the fumble. Gilson picked it up, ran to the 43-yard line, and that's where Stevenville will begin 1st and 10.
2 people came through, untouched, Boots, right up the middle, and boy, I tell you, that is that's something that Southlake's going to have to make some adjustments on. So after the big pass play, Stevenville gets turnover. Remember, we talked about that at the top of the broadcast. They've had some trouble with turnovers in this playoff series over the last couple of weeks especially.
Boy, that play caught me off guard so bad I just butchered the call. I hope you've been able to understand what happened then. Luker under center, inside trap. No, Luker on a keeper will get back to the line of scrimmage. He faked the inside trap that Stevenville's had some success on, but the Dragons defender, number 5, the outside linebacker, Jake Waldrop, was not fooled and went forward to pick up Luker and only hold him to a 1-yard gain.
But that'll keep them honest on that play as well. And again, Stevenville having an opportunity to set some things up, maybe to the outside. Boy, they're in positive territory now. They need to make something happen here, Boots.
2nd down and 9 for the Jackets. Luker is under center. It's 41-yard line. Play action. Luker throwing out the flats. Has Carroll. Carroll trying to make one man miss. He gets outside 35-yard line. Does make a man miss. It was Scratchard that Carroll made the nice move on to get around him and get positive yardage to almost the 34-yard line. It'll be about 2 yards short of the yardage needed for the first, so 3rd down and 2 coming up for Stevenville.
Great block by Robert Lilly out there. He was the one that sealed the corner. and let Cardwell get out there and take off. And as you said, that'll bring up now 3rd down and, almost 3 yards.
Douglas splits far to the opposite side, one receiver to the near side. Two backs behind Luker. Cardwell is at a wing back on the far side as Evitt goes in motion that way. Giving the ball straight ahead to Ferrazes. Ferrazes powers his way inside the 30, keeps his feet moving, and gets to the 29-yard line. Jimmy Ferrazes with some tough nose running gets about 6 yards and the first down for Stephenville.
Boy, there you see the strength of Jimmy. And hadn't that been special this year watching Jimmy, whenever you need 2 or 3 yards, turn around, hand it off to 42. You better tackle him because he's not going to quit until he's on the ground.
Ferrazes doing the great job at the fullback position. Hunter doing the great job at the tailback position. I think that's been the big difference this year for Stephenville, having the full running arsenal as well as the gifted passing attack. 1st and 10 for the Jackets at the Carroll 29. Straight ahead to Ferrazes. He gets almost to the 25-yard line. A pickup of about 4 yards on the play. Sets up 2nd down and 6. And Stephenville showing a little bit of ball control offense.
Yeah, John Lankin, that number 42 linebacker for them Boots, and look at that cast he's got on his left arm. I mean, it looks like a broken hand.
It looks like a bread box on the end of his elbow.
You are right. They've got it. Actually, they got him out at left defensive end.
2nd and 6 for the Jackets. Luker's in shotgun with 2 backs standing next to him. Snap back, running the option, give to Carroll. Now Carroll pitches out to Hunter. Hunter inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line where he's run out of bounds.
That's a wicked play we hadn't seen in a while.
It's when you hand the ball to one of the guys standing next to you in shotgun. He runs for a little bit, then pitches to the other guy standing next to the quarterback. It goes to the 22, a pickup on the play of, about 4 yards. It sets up 3rd down and 2 for Stephenville.
Where's 42? Yeah, here he comes. This is Ferrazes'
time again.
Yeah, it's Ferrazes' territory. Now, let's see if that front 5 can just blow him off the line like they did a moment ago.
Ferrazes is the one back standing behind Luker. Hunter is the tailback. Giving the ball straight ahead for Ferrazes. He's got the 1st down and more. Inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. And Stephenville with smash mouth football right now via the run is marching the ball right down the field.
And Stephenville for the first time today in the red zone. Inside the 15-yard line. You're right, boy. If they can do it on the ground, they'll sure take that. Boy, you talk about a fast football game here. 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Clock running, no score.
And we thought this would be a 4-hour football game.
Stephenville driving. Well, they may get.
1st and 10 for the Jackets at the Carroll 14-yard line. Luker again running the option, giving it straight ahead. Now pitching back to Hunter. The ball's on the ground, and Hunter has to go back and get on the fumble at the 25-yard line. Not a good pitch by Luker.
Not the best pitch he's made. You're right. He faked the dive to Jimmy Ferrazes, and then as he turned the pitch, he was hit. Threw it behind him. Boy, that was a big break for Hunter to get on that ball.
Stephenville has fumbled the ball twice on offense, but has not been turned over yet. Now a huge loss sets up 2nd down and 21 for the Jackets. They have to get to the 4, and they are now on the 25. 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Big rush coming, and a flag is down.
I think we got motion again.
There was some late motion by the Jackets as they were trying to shift some players into different positions, and I don't think everybody got set. It is illegal motion against Stephenville, so now instead of 2nd down and 21, it's now 2nd down and 26 from the 30.
They got to get to the 4-yard line for a 1st down. And then they got down to the 14 and started backing up. Kellen 2 of 3 on the night for 18 yards. He needs a big one here.
2nd down and 26 for Stephenville at the Carroll 30-yard line. Luker in shotgun, trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Snap back to Luker, throwing the quick one out to Carroll. It goes through his hands. Incomplete. A situation where Stephenville had 2 blockers out there, John, and it was like Carroll was trying to watch his blockers and try to catch the ball at the same time. It didn't quite concentrate to pull the ball in. It sets up 3rd down now.
And Kellen might have thrown that a little in front of him. Well, if nothing else here, Boots, you need to be in field goal position, because you don't want to come away without getting some kind of points. And we are in field goal position right now, I think, but a range that is. But I think it'd get a little closer. Cardwell not even in the game.
Luker is under center. Running the reverse. It's pitched back to Evitt. Evitt looking to throw. Throwing the pass back to Luker. He makes the catch and then drops it. Oh, no. It was slightly underthrown, but Luker dropped the ball at the 18-yard line. If he catches it, he may not make the 1st down, but it'll be very close.
Yeah, he was at about the 15 when he missed it. He had a couple of guys on him. Well, let's see. Are we going to bring in J-Dub and try one? I think so.
Well, it was the quarterback throwback. Evitt threw it back to Luker. Luker just quite couldn't hold on to it around the 18 in stride. He wouldn't have hit contact, as you're saying, until about the 12 or 13-yard line. He had to get to the 4. This will be a 47-yard attempt for J.W. Boren.
He's got the leg for it.
Hill has the snap. Steed awaits the hold. Snap back. Hold down. Kick is on the way. It's got enough boot. If it's straight, it is up, and it is good. From 47 yards, J.W. Boren puts the Jackets on the board. 3-0 in the Nations Bank first quarter. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Parenting is a constant learning process. What you have to do is prioritize.
Back in '88, Earl wanted to retire, spend more time with Tiger.
But Dad taught me.
I met an American Express financial advisor. Dave is a personal friend of mine to this day. We trust each other because we got a track record.
It's about making smarter decisions.
And that's when dreams can happen.
Call today to find out how we can help you reach your dreams.
Welcome back, Johnny. The last scoring summary.
10 plays, 42 yards after the turnover, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Bourne with the 47-yard field goal. That scoring summary brought to you by Loopy's Breakfast and Lunch. And did you notice I didn't say a word before he kicked it, but
that's exactly right. That
he's
one
now 9 for 9 on the season in field goals.
That would have been good from 55 if he had been back that far. Now returning the ball is Scratcher. Check that. It's Watkins out to the 24-yard line to the 25, and he's tackled right there is Walker, and that's where the Carroll Dragons will begin 1st and 10 at their own 25. Let's go down on the sideline to Steve Ross. And Steve, what's the attitude right now on the Jacket bench?
Than last week, Boots, as the defense is really fired up, and they haven't been on the field a whole lot.
Well, that's a true statement there. They hadn't had to play a whole lot. They got that one big turnover. Let's see if they can do it again, Boots.
2:03 mark of the Nations Bank first quarter. Stevenville 3, Southlake Carroll nothing. Nathan Chandler is under center. The one back behind him is McNutt. McNutt takes the ball on a draw. He's across the 35, the 40, makes a move to the outside 45. He's being run down from behind, and he's tackled at the Stevenville 40-yard line. The draw works to perfection for the Carroll Dragons, and Stevenville had no support up the middle. 35 yards on the scamper from McNutt.
Well, that's just one of those little delayed draws where they just kind of hide the ball. If you notice, McNutt was just kind of crouched down. I was just about to say, he's their big back this year, and they haven't even really gone to him tonight. Well, now they have.
3 touchdowns in the game last week, including the winning touchdown with 18 seconds against Highland Park. Chandler again under center, 2 backs behind him. Now Strickland moves into a slot on the left side. McNutt, inside trap going to Strickland. He's got some running room inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Ryan Harris making the tackle after the pickup of 6 yards. Much like the inside trap Stevenville runs from the wingback position, and that in the slot where Strickland was lined up.
Yeah, you're right, and they're going to try to get the ball to him on a number of occasions if they can. Both coaches expecting this to be a shootout so far in the first quarter as we're winding down. Minute to go. Stevenville on top 3-0. It's been slow going for a shootout, hasn't it?
You would have expected a lot more points in this game. You're right. Chandler is under center. 3 receivers to the far side. McNutt, the one back behind him, running the option now, pitching out to McNutt. McNutt in some trouble. He'll be thrown down for a yard loss. A great job by Harmon, Mercer, McCormick. Who else is out there? And Gilson out there to stop McNutt after he took the option pitch. A loss of 1 back to the outside the 35-yard line. So it's a solid 5 needed for the Dragons. 3rd down and 5.
This is a big stand for the Dragons. They're probably, I'd say they might be in 4-down territory here, Boots. They'll should get maybe one more play if this is not an incomplete pass in the first quarter. And
24 seconds to go here in the Nations Bank first quarter. 3rd down and 5 for the Dragons. Twins to the near side, 1 receiver far side. Play action, setting up to Chandler. He's being rushed. He'll throw back across the middle. It's incomplete. Flags down in the backfield where Chandler was about to throw the ball. This might be a hold.
It is.
It was incomplete, and Stevenville will decline, I'm sure.
Well, maybe not. They may go for it on 4th down if we decline it, Boots.
Well, that is an excellent point. If you take the hold from where it occurred, it would back them up from the 40-yard line is where the hold occurred, and then it would put them all the way back to midfield, but it would set up 3rd down.
Yeah, that'll take them out of any possible field goal range as well, and that gives them another shot. They were trying to get to Strickland on that play, Boots, and Gunn was covering. He was a little bit open. That was a a play that took a long time. They kind of moved the pocket and took Chandler out to the right side. And that gave him a little more time to get something going. Let's see if we can see an all-out blitz here.
3rd down and 20 for the Carroll Dragons. The ball right on the 50-yard line. 11 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Stevenville 3, Southlake nothing. Trips to the near side, one receiver far side. One back standing next to Chandler in shotgun. That is McNutt. Now Chandler running the option to the far side, and he'll be run down for no loss.
What kind of play was that?
What do you call that for on 3rd and 20, running the quarterback to the sideline? And, John, also, that was the short side of the field.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they were doing there. I guess now they're just going to try to pin the Stevenville Yellow Jackets down. I mean, you might as well throw it down the field. If you throw an interception,
it's better than having to punt.
Yeah, you might get a pass interference. We've seen that happen before.
Well, I'm sitting right next to the Carroll coaches. You want me to ask them?
No, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, let's let that go.
Getting ready to punt is Scratchard. He stands at his own 36-yard line. Briles and Cardwell of Stevenville back at the 10. Punt is away. Spiraling kick that will go right in the middle of the field and then bounce for the Dragons inside the 15 down to about the 12 to the 11, and that's where Stevenville will begin 1st and 10 at their own 11. 38 yards on the kick. Very effective was the punt from Scratchard. Stevenville offense back on the field as the Stevenville defense has done their job again. That's the end of the first quarter. Brought to us by Nations Bank. 3-0 Stevenville. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
The single most important step in building any investment plan is getting started. If you have any questions about how to start or build an effective investment program, ask the investment representatives at Investment Centers of America. Whether you're thinking about an IRA, a small business plan, a retirement plan, or some financial issue, Investment Centers of America can help you find what fits you best. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory. Stihl has been building quality chainsaws since 1926. Bill's Lawnmower Shop has been providing quality power equipment service since 1966. For an experienced team that can provide excellent service and reliable chainsaws, look to Stihl and Bill's Lawnmower Shop.
Welcome back, Texas Stadium. The second quarter brought to us by Cook Lumber on the South Loop in Stephenville. Stevenville starting 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line. Steve to the far side, Douglas to the near side. Two backs behind. Luker is under center. The fullback is Cardwell. The tailback is Hunter, I believe. Now Cardwell goes in motion to the far side. Play action. Now handoff to Hunter. Hunter gets to the outside, or he tries. He will not be able to escape after a 1-yard pickup. The tackle made by Scott Chitwood, the strong safety on that side.
Boots, here's the numbers from the first quarter. Stevenville 16 yards rushing, 18 passing for a total of 34. 3 first downs. They had 2 penalties for 10 yards and 2 big sacks on defense, and they got the 1 turnover on the defense. For Carroll, 47 rushing, 32 passing for a total of 79 yards and 2 first downs.
How long has it been since Stevenville had a team in the first quarter have twice as many total yardage as they did? Play action. Luker setting up, throwing to the near side. Has an open, Combs down deep, but Luker elects not to throw the ball, and he'll be sacked. Back at the 7-yard line, A.B. Combs was clearing at about the 40-yard line, but Luker elected to pull the ball down and take the sack. It'll be a big loss back to the 7-yard line, setting up 3rd down and about 14 needed for Stevenville.
Well, and you're right. Boy, A.B. was wide open at the 30, but never really had a chance to get back there and get set. And I think you can see what defense Carroll strategy the Carroll defensive coordinators had come up with. They'd say, we got to put pressure on the quarterback, and they've done it so far tonight.
Bring everybody. Twins to the near side, 1 receiver far side. No backs in the backfield as Combs goes in motion. Luker rolling to that side, looking to throw. Throwing out in the flats over the head of Hunter.
Look at A.B. at the 20-yard line. Wide open. Kellen didn't see him as he was looking to the right. I mean, he had the first down and then some easy, and he slapped his hands. He may go over and tell Kellen, hey, brother, I'm open back there.
Well, in the last 2 weeks, Kellen Luker has started a little bit slow, if you'll remember the way those games have started. And certainly this is another week in which Luker is having some trouble in the early going. 4th down, and so Evatt will have to punt from his own end zone. Snap back, punt is away. End-over-end kick will be taken by Strickland at the 42-yard line. He escapes one man, but not another as he gets to the 39-yard line. Good downfield coverage by Gartside and as well as Tinklenberg for the Jackets. Carroll starts with great field position at the Stevenville 39 after the 35-yard punt by Evatt.
Here's some other scores to pass along to you. It's a final Class 5A Division II. Katy defeats San Antonio MacArthur 14-6.
Ooh, that's closer than a lot of people thought it would be.
In Class 3A Division II, it's a final. Dangerfield defeats Childress 21-12.
Carroll in great field position to start here at the Jacket 39-yard line with 10:25 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stevenville 3, Carroll nothing. Hand off to Strickland. Big running room across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. A gain of about 11 on the play, and it's enough for a first down.
Monk and Browse up to make the tackle, but not before he got across the 30, as you said, to the 28, picked up 11 yards. And Carroll winning the field position war right now over the last couple of possessions.
Just outside the 28-yard line is the ball. 1st and 10 for the Carroll Dragons. They send 2 receivers to the far side in the slot. That is Strickland. One back is McNutt behind Daniel under center. Nathan Chandler under center, Play action. Now the draw. Big running room for McNutt. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. The same play that went for the big score earlier, the big run earlier, goes for a touchdown there as no one got close to touching McNutt. It goes the distance for the score.
And the Jackets just got caught in the wrong defense there, Boots. They were blitzing. They came clean up the middle. McNutt ran right past the blitzer.
That's the same play that Highland Park won the game last week against, Southlake Carroll won against Highland Park with McNutt running the draw. And that's been the 2 big positive plays in the first half for Carroll, have been the draw play to McNutt. Now snap back, hold down. The extra point is on the way. It's up, and it is good. With 9:55 to go here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Southlake 7, Stevenville 3. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Hello, friends. This is Greg Bruner for Bruner Motors, sitting on top of my old friend Buck here. You may think this is a lot of bull, but I've got some specials that are no bull deals for you. GM certified used cars and trucks which have gone through an extensive 110-point inspection and come standard with a 12-month or 12,000-mile factory bumper-to-bumper warranty. On behalf of our 90 employees, come on down to any of our 3 locations for your no bull deal. And by the way, we appreciate your business.
Your friends at Brooks Real Estate want to kick off a winning season by teaming up with the real estate professionals at Brooks Real Estate, the strategy that sells. Call Brooks at 965-5051. Easter Air has become the name synonymous with excellence in Erath County. We recommend a checkup on your central heat and air unit every 6 months to keep it running at its best. Offering no interest financing on Lennox Systems. Easter Air at 968-6494 or stop by at 1011 North Graham, Stephenville.
A big discussion going on the Stevenville defense. We'll go to Steve Ross in a minute after he's had a chance to listen to what the defensive coaches had to say on the sideline. Onside kick is attempted by Southlake, and Gilson got back on the football, but it's lost again. Big pile up for it. And I believe Southlake has come up with the football. We'll wait and see.
They were 3 yards offside.
It is. Southlake Carroll was offsides, but no flag. And they have gotten the football at the 38-yard line of Stevenville. Stevenville totally caught off guard on the play.
Man, I mean, they were 3 yards offside.
The ball hit Cal Gilson, but he was not able to hold on to it.
I cannot believe they didn't call that offside.
Well, the Stevenville coaching staff
didn't seem to see it or call it, so
to think it was coming as well. So Carroll right back with the football in great field position. Chandler under center and giving the ball. It's Strickland. Strickland will be stood up at the 35-yard line and then run backwards. A gain of 1 on the play. Hodges was in there first for Stevenville.
Well, I think it's safe to say Stephenville's got themselves in the middle of a dogfight. Now, I think Steve Ross might have something for us down on the sideline. Steve?
John, I didn't get to hear what the coaches said after that series, but the one before, they were very concerned about stopping the draw. That's exactly what Southlake scored on, so I know they'll be conscious of it this time.
2nd down and 8 for the Dragons at the Stevenville 35-yard line. Chandler is under center, the one back behind him. Pitch to the back, and coming up to about the 35, and then hammered at the 34. First there was McCormick. The pitch back came. New player in the game for the Dragons. Taking the pitch was Stephen Baker. He's the backup quarterback. He goes for about 1.5 yards. It sets up 3rd down and 7.
Boy, McCormick was just, that was great defenses. He held his ground, was not going to be denied the opportunity to make that tackle. And once he made contact with Baker, Baker went no further.
3rd down and 7 for the Dragons at the Stevenville 34-yard line. Chandler under center, one back behind him. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver far side. Straight drop for Chandler, looking to throw, and he's hammered all the way back at the 40-yard line. McCormick nailed him at the 40.
He came clean again. Also, Harmon and Gilson got in there, but boy, McCormick's having fun today. He's going right up the middle every time.
Boy, don't you know, in the defensive scheme this week, the coaches came to McCormick and said, you're going to be on a bunch of blitzes this week, so you ought to have a great time nailing the quarterback, and he has come scot-free several times.
Looks like it is a punting situation. I think, was Stevenville just warned to move back? I think they were.
Wait a minute. Why has the ball been moved?
Forward progress.
No, they brought the ball all the way back to the 34-yard line. The sack took place at the 40. Now they're running the punt team off the field. I think there was a flag on the play. The offense...
That's still 3rd down.
It's like the play never occurred. It may have been a dead ball before it ever started, but I don't see the... Yeah, and here comes the offense for Southlake. That play never took place.
Yeah.
Boy, that's one out of the X-Files for you. How did that happen?
I think they were giving them a get-back warning.
So it's 3rd down and 7 again. Straight drop for Chandler, looking to throw. Throwing deep ball on the near sideline. It's up and picked off. What a great pick by Kendall Brailes at the 12-yard line. He played the center field free safety position to perfection. When the ball was thrown, he made his break for it and jumped in front of the intended receiver on the play. That was the tight end, Jason Daniels, and Stevenville takes over at the 12.
You could see that coming, couldn't you, Boots, from up here? And, that was one of the things that Coach Copeland told us that Chandler will do. He will throw it up and let it kind of hang up there. Well, he did that. Kendall came up, and he made a great catch. You talk about having the old proverbial climbing the ladder. He did it.
Well, the Stevenville offense has really not been able to get anything going in this ball game. It's now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line, and they have played most of this game in their own end of the field. Luker under center, running the option, giving straight ahead to Ferrasis. That's got positive yardage across the 21 to the 22-yard line. Make it almost the 23, and that'll be a 1st down in the hard running of Jimmy Ferrasis, who has been the one bright point of the Stevenville offense so far in this ball game.
Yeah, he picked up a 1st down on that one carry, and Jimmy now 5 carries for 19 yards, and he got most of it right there.
1st and 10 for the Jackets out at the 23-yard line. 7:53 to go here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Southlake 7, Stevenville 3. Luker under center. Inside trap fake. Now Luker looking to throw the deep ball open. Has Cardwell caught. 45-40. He's gone. 30, 20, 10. See you later, baby. 77 yards on the strike from Luker to Cardwell. Stevenville retakes the lead.
Well, let me just say this. If you're going to play defensive back against Kellen Luker, don't stand flat-footed, brother, because they'll run by you. And that's exactly what happened, Boots. The safety was standing at the 40-yard line, and Cardwell must have, as he went by, said, see ya, because he smoked him as he went by.
Whew. And when the catch was made at midfield, there was no doubt he was gone. Boren getting set for the extra point.
And oh, by the way, he had all day to throw it.
Snap back, hold down, kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. Cook Lumber second quarter, Stevenville 10, Southlake 7, 7:37 mark to go in the half. Back in 1 minute on KSTV.
The purpose of the SABC is to provide financial and moral support to the boys and girls athletic programs throughout junior high and high school. The money we raise helps the Stevenville Independent School District with the increasing expenses of athletics and the equipment that is necessary so that all students have an opportunity to participate. Membership also provides a way for parents and supporters to become involved in the building of the great spirit for which Stevenville athletics is known. It takes a lot of involvement to accomplish all that we would like, and we need you. Offering Stevenville's largest selection of colors and styles, Danny's House of Carpet covers all of your flooring needs. Besides our wide selection, our friendly, knowledgeable staff can help you with anything from carpet and ceramic tile flooring to custom drapes, bedspreads, and professional installation. Serving the Stevenville area for 26 years and counting, come by Danny's House of Carpets at 1670 South Loop for all of your decorating needs.
Welcome back, Texas Stadium. 7:37 to go in the second quarter. Stevenville 10, Southlake 7. Johnny, the last scoring summary.
2 plays, 88 yards, only took 30 seconds. Luker to Cardwell, 77-yard pass. That scoring summary brought to you by Walmart Vision Center. That puts Stevenville on top 10-7 with 7:33 to go in the half. And well, there's the start of your shootout.
Boy, that's kind of more what we expected to happen. J.W. Bourne getting set to kick off. Kicked deep to the near side will be taken by Strickland. No, he fights for it with his other return man. Now that man takes the ball. He is across the 20 to the 25-yard line. It's Watkins. Check that, Walker. Walker makes the return. He took the ball away from Strickland.
Boots, remember, now how big was that turnaround there? Remember, Southlake had just scored a touchdown to go ahead, kicked an onside kick.
Got the ball.
Then threw the interception. So instead of going in and maybe being 14-3, Stevenville gets the turnover, comes back in 2 play, strikes 88 yards for the touchdown. That's huge.
1st and 10 for the Carroll Dragons at the Stevenville 25. Chandler is under center, 1 back behind him, 3 receivers to the far side, tight end on the near side. Handoff straight up the middle. Coming to the near side is McNutt. McNutt run down at the 28. A gain of about 2.5, maybe 3 on the play. The actual beginning spot was the 26. And with him getting out to about the 28.5, just a little shy of 3 yards on the gain from McNutt.
Good containment there by Ryan Harris. And Harris is hurting. His hand is bothering him right now. He's bent over, favoring that hand. He hurt it, a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Right. They thought it might be hairline fracture at one point, but the x-rays were negative, what we were told. And so he is gutting it out in the game right now. 2nd down and 8 for the Dragons. Inside option play and stacked up all the way back at the 27-yard line is McNutt. He's hit immediately on the play on the near side linebacker. That's Boone playing the end on this side.
Boy, Boone just fought off the block and just manhandled him. And Chandler not making really great decisions on that option that I've seen yet, Boots.
Have you noticed what's so different about watching a quarterback this week versus the quarterback we've seen the last 3 weeks?
Yeah.
He's not near as quick with his ball handling and his ability to scramble, which gives our ends and backers chances to get all over him.
Watch for number 17 here.
3rd and a long 8 needed for the Dragons. Straight drop. Chandler is in a lot of trouble. He'll have to throw. The screen is caught. 30, 35, 40. Stevenville got caught in a bad defense across midfield. Cut back at the 40, across the 35, down to the 34-yard line. Stevenville came with the blitz. The screen was set up, and the Jackets got caught that time. After the 40-yard play, it will give the Dragons 1st and 10 at the Stevenville 33-yard line.
Well, they went deep on all the defense went deep, and they just drug him up underneath, and then had the great blocking. Kendall Browse sticking his nose in there to slow it down.
The last 2 times Stevenville has come with the blitz, Southlake has had the perfect play called to offset it.
Yeah, good point.
1st and 10 for the Dragons at the Stevenville 33-yard line. Running the option to the near side. Now pitching out is Strickland. Strickland 35 to the 30. He's run down at about the 26-yard line. A pickup of about 6 on the play. It'll set up 2nd down and 4. 5:36 to go here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stevenville 10, Southlake 7.
Well, that's about 6 yards on the pickup. Kendall Browse up to make the Browse makes the tackle, but not before he got down to the 26-yard line. Pickup of 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 now.
Do you think the defensive coaching staff is a little less likely now to come with the all-open blitzes the way Southlake has offset that with the big draw and the screen pass?
I don't know that you can, really, but you don't want that quarterback to get comfortable on you. They may want to throw here.
2nd down and 4. Chandler, straight drop. Now it is a draw again to Strickland. Good running room, 25, 20, down to about the 16-yard line, and a 1st down for the Dragons as the draw play is picking up huge yardage for Southlake, and it's a wonderful play to call against a defense that is coming with their ears pinned back, and that's what Stevenville's doing right now.
Well, and it's just good blocking up front by that big offensive line. Remember, 264 they average up front, and they're moving some guys around, and you better give credit to those guys because they're making it happen right now for these running backs from Southlake Carroll.
1st and 10 for the Dragons at the Stevenville 16-yard line. 10-7 Stevenville on top. 4:40 and counting here in the second quarter. Inside trap, handoff to Strickland. Across the 15, run out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. A pickup on the play of about 6.
Boy, Boone got held inside by one of the tackles. I think that was, 64 Dobson. He kind of got manhandled there. I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag on that. Allowed Strickland to get around the corner.
2nd down and 4 for the Dragons. The ball put on the 10-yard line. They must get inside the 6-yard line of Stevenville.
Well, we saw the defense make some big plays last week against Hershey down here in the Stephenville end of the field. They need to do it now and at least hold Southlake to a tying field goal.
2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. McNutt behind Chandler. It is a draw play once again to McNutt. He escapes to the 5, gets to the goal line, touchdown. The draw works again. That's all Southlake Carroll is doing, and it's gaining big yardage, and that one is another touchdown.
Boy, I tell you, you're exactly right, Boots. I mean,
it's not like Stevenville's getting beat physically. They're getting beat with not people in the correct position.
Yeah. That's an excellent point.
So getting set for the extra point, Eric Finley awaits. Snap back, hold down. Finley's kick is up. It is on the way, and it is good. With 4:26 to go in the second quarter, Southlake retakes the lead, 14-10 over Stephenville. Back in 1 minute on KSTV.
There are a lot of good reasons to have insurance. Whether you call them Michael or Ashley, Lexi or Scott. And because you want to be there for them, your State Farm agent is there for you with the Family Insurance Checkup. It allows you to see how your coverage measures up and pick the plan that's right for your family's needs. So call for your free Family Insurance Checkup today.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Who was voted the best tractor dealership in Erath County? Who carries products for the farmer, outdoorsman, and the family who wants the ultimate lawn? If you guessed Hendershot Equipment, you scored a touchdown. Supporting the Jackets for over 30 years, Bill Tomlinson, class of 67, David Tomlinson, class of 71. The Stevenville Funeral Home, your family's friend in time of need in Stevenville.
Watch out for the onside kick this time.
Yeah.
Getting set to kick off for the Dragons is 25. That is Nathan Miller. Knuckleball hits at the 20, 15 down to the 10. It is taken by Hunter up to the 5. He hands the ball to Evitt. Evitt then gives the ball to Browse. Browse escapes to the 15, gets outside, finds a seam. 20 flags down, 30. 35, knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. I think they will call a forward handoff on the play.
Yeah, this one's coming back.
So the starburst worked, but they will call a flag down on the forward handoff.
Boy, that'll put it inside the 10-yard line.
That last scoring drive, John?
7 plays, 74 yards. It took 3 minutes. McNutt on the 10-yard run. That scoring summary brought to you by River North Small Animal Hospital.
Well, Steve Ross had a chance to listen when the defensive coaching staff came over and talked to their defense after that play. Steve-O, what can you tell us what the coaching staff said?
Simple. They said they're going to line right up and run straight at us. You guys are going to have to make a play and tackle them.
Have they made any decisions about not running as many blitzes, or was that even mentioned?
Boots, it wasn't even brought up. They just talked about assignments and the fact that they're going to have to be more physical.
All right, the ball will be marched all the way back to the 6-yard line, and that's where Stevenville will start 1st and 10 at their own 6 after the penalty on the forward handoff.
I don't understand why that's a forward handoff.
But we've seen it called twice now in the playoffs against Stephenville.
Well, that hurts.
Trips to the far side, 1 receiver near side. Luker, inside trap, handoff, Hunter. Great running room across the 15, 20, out to the 24-yard line. A first down. Zach Hunter on the draw himself. Gets out to the 24-yard line, and to describe after the 18-yard carry by Hunter why the draw is working for Carroll right now is that Stephenville is having a very aggressive defense that's sending backers and everyone very hard toward the backfield, and they're running past the ball carrier who's got the football just kind of tucked up, and they don't even see that the handoff has occurred. Stephenville back on offense using the same play. It works to perfection. Stephenville 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Luker under center, sends the motion man Evitt to the far side. Reverse to the near side is Carroll. Carroll look for some blocks. Gets outside the 30 to the 31-yard line. A pickup on the play of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
You hear the coaches next door they just panic every time 25 touches the football, I guess for a pretty good reason. This is a drive that started at the 6-yard line, now out to the, 31. With 3:33 to go in the first half. Stephenville with plenty of time, obviously.
Southlake 14, Stevenville 10. 2nd down and 4 right at the 30-yard line, just outside the 30. Luker is in shotgun with Hunter standing next to him. Trips to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. Luker audibilizing at the line. Snap back. Throwing out in the flats to Evitt. Evitt is in a lot of trouble, and he'll be thrown down all the way back at the 25-yard line. Boy, that was an unusual play. You threw to the far side to the one man who had a defensive back right on him. He could do nothing on the play.
Well, you know, Coach Art Browse doesn't do anything for, everything he does is for a reason, Boots. And
did you see after the play, Evan went to the two receivers that were on his side and said, guys, I think one of those guys you got to block.
Yeah, help me out, will you?
Twins to the far side, trips to the near side. The loss all the way back at the 25 sets up 3rd down and 10. Luker is in shotgun. Snap back to Luker, setting up, looking to throw in some big-time heat. He'll throw this one up for grabs, and it's picked off back at the 44-yard line, and Southlake Carroll will take over as he was trying to throw the high ball to Steed. The interception is made by number 44, the strong safety, Scott Chitwood. And you know what, John, Southlake is doing on a defensive perspective? It's causing Luker some trouble. They're only lining up 3 men on the defensive front, but on every play, a different backer or a different defensive end that's split out walks up and blitzes, and you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, that's a good point. That offensive line, well, they'll just have to make those adjustments at halftime. Stephenville needs to hold here and maybe try to get the ball back and get something before halftime here at 2:33 to go.
1st and 10 for the Dragons at their own 44-yard line. 2:33 to go here in the second quarter. Inside trap handoff. The ball is loose. Strickland has to go all the way back to the 40 to get it. A lot of disruption was made, I believe, by Hodges, wasn't it?
No, that was 66.
Clayton Harmon. Hodges is limping noticeably right now.
Yeah, they tried that little inside handoff reverse again, and just to put it in perspective, all right? Why is that not a forward handoff?
The same way that it is on the Starburst.
It's exactly like the Starburst. Tell me what's different about that.
2nd down and 14 for the Dragons back inside their own 41-yard line. Straight drop for Chandler, looking to throw back. Still looking. He's in some trouble. Now he'll throw this one out of bounds. Smart job by him. As Stevenville did a great job of sniffing out the screen that was trying to be set up on the Carroll sideline. Chandler had nowhere to go with the football. He throws it out of bounds. It's 3rd down and 14.
And a couple of good things about that. That's a good pressure defense, obviously, Boots, but throwing the ball out of bounds, that stops the clock for you. Both teams with their full allotment of 3 timeouts. Clock stops at 1:54 now in this long 3rd down. The last 2 times they've had this, they've thrown that little underneath pass over the middle, Boots, and got the 1st down. Defense really needs to hold him here and get a turnover.
McNutt is standing next to Daniel. Watch him possibly for another draw as well. Chandler is waiting in shotgun. Snap back to him, looking to throw, still looking, now throwing the deep fade on the far sideline. Open receiver, but over his head and incomplete. The receiver on the play was 82, Justin Turner. He had gotten slightly behind Gunn, but the pass was overthrown. It sits at 4th down, and with that incompletion, it stops the clock again now with 1:49 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville trailing by 4, 14-10, and my, how big would some points be right here going into the half?
Well, not only that, you're going to get the ball to start the second half, too. So that's, this is a big swing right here.
It is Scratchard awaiting the snap to punt. His kick from his own 30 is away. Good kick that will chase Briles back to his own 22-yard line. He gets out to about the 25, run out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 37 yards on the punt and about 5 yards on the return for Briles. Stephenville will start 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line at the 1:39 mark. Southlake 14, Stephenville 10.
Well, a minute 39 to go in the half, and you're trailing 14-10. You couldn't really ask for anything better in field position. Boy, they have not had good field position early on in this ball game tonight. Been working out of their own end zone most of the time, so pretty decent field position. Stephenville needs to break a long one here.
Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side.
Is that Hunter down here? Yes.
Luker is in shotgun.
Boring.
Luker awaiting the snap. Snap back to him. Plenty of protection. Throwing across the middle has Carville. Carville is tripped and no call is made. It's incomplete. The ball was just slightly overthrown.
Hey, if it works, go back to it. That looked like the same play they scored on a moment ago.
And he was clearing on the play. Now the 3 defensive backs for Carroll are back there discussing with each other, hey, who's got to pick him up?
Yeah, number 9 for Southlake Carroll. That is, well, I can't see.
9 on the defense for them. That is Anthony Squilante.
Squilante, he says, I don't know that I can catch this guy.
Luker is in shotgun again. Snap back to him. Inside trap, handoff, big running room. 30 across the 35, 40, out to the 45. Hunter across midfield, down to the 45-yard line of the Dragons, and that's where Hunter, the Zach Rabbit, will finally be stopped after a huge gain on the play. 30 yards. It's farther than that, isn't it? Let's see, where did they start that play?
How far was that, Jay? It might have been 40. 39? 29.
29
yards.
It was. Well, I'm getting a little excited there. 45-yard line of Southlake is where Stevenville will have the ball. 1:16 and counting. Trips to the near side, twins to the far side. Luker is in shotgun. First down for the Jackets. Snap back to Luker, rolling to the other side. He'll run. 45, inside the 40, out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Now a flag comes down, and what is this?
They're probably going to call motion on Kellen because...
Well, there was no one else in motion on the play.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good play, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, it's good stuff.
It is against Stevenville. Luker is talking to the official like, I can be in motion. It is a hold against Stevenville. Must have been who was on the right end on the play. So that'll back Stevenville all the way up into their own territory. We'll go to Steve Ross now. Stevie, what do you got for us?
Well, guys, I got a little insight on that forward handoff on the Starburst play that's been called twice this year, once in the Cleveland game and then once here. Same officials made the call both times. I talked to him before the game. He said, I've seen Stevenville before. I called the Cleveland game, and then I recognized him. So he apparently doesn't go for that play.
Well, if you can, at halftime, if you catch him on the way back out of the tunnel, have him explain the call for us, if you will. Inside coming to the near side is Carroll on a reverse across midfield. Inside the 45, keeps his feet down to the 42-yard line. A pickup on the play of about 11. It'll set up second down and 9, and now the clock comes into question. 54 seconds is remaining, and now is there a timeout taken?
Stevenville will take a timeout.
We'll take one with them. Stevenville trailing 14-10. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
There's a new star in town, Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury. Come see the difference for yourself. New owners, anxious to win your business with the best possible deals. New hours, open weekdays till 7 and now open Saturday till 6. And most of all, new attitude. You'll love dealing with the friendly people at Techstar. If you don't buy from us, it won't be because of the price. Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury, Stevenville.
Are you troubled by strange noises under your car? Do you experience feelings of dread in your drive shaft? Have you or any of your family suspected a spook, specter, or ghost in your machine? If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Call the professionals. We're ready to believe you. Our courteous and efficient staff will take care of you whether you need new tires, strut, brakes, front end alignment, or just a spark in your spook. Trans Texas Tire. We're ready to believe you.
Welcome back. Second down and 8 for Stevenville with 54 seconds remaining in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Southlake 14, Stevenville 10. Ball is just outside the 42-yard line of Carroll. Luker is in shotgun with two backs standing by him. Twins to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Snap back to Luker. Inside trap. Now play action. Throwing out the flats for Carroll. Caught at the 35. Gets to the 34-yard line. It is a first down. And that will stop the clock.
Yeah, just barely made it, didn't he?
They will spot him actually down at the 35, but that's just what he needed for the first down, and the clock will stop momentarily as they reset the chains with 45 seconds remaining. And notice where the chains are today, Johnny.
They're on the other side, aren't they?
They're on the home side, and, well, how did that happen again? First and 10 for the Jackets at the Carroll 35. Clock starts now as Luker is in shotgun. Snap back to him, setting up. Big rush is on him. He'll make one man miss, trying to get another miss. It's thrown, and it's caught.
Oh, that should be a penalty.
Great catch is made at the 20. Are they going to say it's incomplete?
Yeah, boy, AB is mad. He
got hammered right before the play. How is that not interference?
He's talking to some of the secondary, too. He can't believe that wasn't called.
Wow, AB Combs got hit in the back as the ball was coming. I thought he even made the catch. Well, that stops the clock with 33 seconds left. Second and 10 from the Carroll 35-yard line. Southlake 14, Stevenville 10. Luker's under center, two backs behind him. Fake pitch to the near side, setting up, looking to throw. Now looking, Carroll is in deep trouble, throwing the deep ball. It's up for grabs. Carroll trying to make the catch. It's over his head and out the back of the end zone. Carroll had to become a defender on the play as it was slightly underthrown. He went up and battled Scratchard on the play.
Man, he chunked that ball a long ways, didn't he?
It was either Scratchard or Squilante back deep on Cardwell. Also back there deep was 32 on the play for the Dragons. That is Ryan Skaggs, a senior DB.
Kellen now 5 of 10 for 96 yards, has the one touchdown and the one interception from just a moment ago. Yeah, big third down here, Boots. You got to
25 seconds left. Third and 10.
Something else getting field goal range here.
At the 35-yard line. Motion to the near side is Evett. Play action. Luker setting up, looking to throw, still looking, throwing out the cause. It's caught. Evett inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. It is a first down. 17 seconds remaining. Stevenville will take a timeout. And what a great job by Luker to wait on Evett to clear on the crossing route.
Oh, he was. And he, again, a great time there thanks to the offensive line. Luker had all day to throw that football, and it takes a while.
Let's keep it right here for a second. Right. I want to make a point. Have you noticed what the Stevenville offense has started doing that keeps Luker from being hit so many times with a quick rush? Stevenville has gone to a lot of play action on their passes.
Yeah, you're right, and they're moving that pocket around a little bit to try to keep that heat from right up the middle off of him.
Well, with the play action, it makes those backers start to hesitate a little bit and respect the run instead of coming right at Luker. And when you roll the pocket, it gives him even more time, and that's been the case.
Well, and Stevenville really needs to get at least into the end zone here, I would think, but they are in J.W. Bourne's field goal range. It'd be about a 35, 36-yard field goal from here. He's already been good from 47 back in the first quarter, but you want 7 here.
And what a statement that would make going in right before the half to put a touchdown on the board, especially as you mentioned earlier, Stevenville will get the ball to start the third quarter. First and 10, the ball at the 18-yard line of Carroll. Twins to the near side. It is Cardwell and Steve to the near side. It is Keel split to the far side. Douglas is at a wing on the left side. O'Neal a wing on the right side. Luker is in shotgun, rolling to the near side and setting up, looking to throw. Throwing the deep ball, has open Evett, caught, touchdown! Chris Evett, back-to-back catches, gets Stevenville the score and back the lead with 12 seconds remaining. 16-14, the extra point is upcoming.
Man, he was wide open, and you know why he was wide open? Everybody was looking at
Cardwell.
They were looking at 25. 12 seconds to go before the half, and your Stevenville Yellow Jackets are back on top.
Good throw from Luker that time to catch Evett in stride in the back left-hand corner of the end zone. Keel with the snap. Back to Steve. The hold down. J-Dub's kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good.
Boots. J.W. Bourne just set the single-season record for the Stevenville Yellow Jackets with extra points. That's number 79, breaking Brad Couch's extra point record.
And he is closing in on some other records, specifically the consecutive extra point mark. 12 seconds remaining here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stevenville 17, Southlake 14. We're back in 30 seconds.
Impact Sign and Banner has been serving the Stephenville area for over 12 years with superior quality sign work of every kind. We now can offer one-day service on most banners and magnetic signs. We proudly support the Stevenville Yellow Jackets for their excellence in athletic achievement. Impact Sign and Banner is conveniently located on West Washington, just across from Taco Bell. At Impact Sign and Banner, we say, let us put some impact in your advertising. The Stevenville Athletic Booster Club wants to say thank you to Northland Cable for backing the Jackets and generously providing the time for this broadcast. Your friends at Brooks Real Estate want to kick off a winning season by teaming up with the real estate professionals at Brooks Real Estate, the strategy that sells. Call Brooks at 965-5051.
Welcome back. 12 seconds remaining in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stevenville 17, Southlake 14. Maybe this a little more like the offensive shootout that a lot of people thought. It just took a little while to get going.
Yeah, you know, I know we got a lot of bigger things to worry about, but with that drive, Boots, on the season now, Stevenville Yellow Jackets, total yardage, 7,990.
So they're about 400 away from the record, or 300 away from the national record?
385 to be exact. So, and they'll go over 8,000 on the first series after halftime. That is just incredible. That's why this team was just going to keep firing at you.
J-Dub getting set. High end-over-end pooch kick to the near side will be taken at the 30, escaping out to about the 35-yard line, getting across the 40, still running to the far sideline. 40, across 45, midfield, 44, down to the 43-yard line. And why that's dangerous is because there's 2 seconds remaining at the 41-yard line of Stephenville, and Southlake Carroll will be able to throw a Hail Mary here at the end of the half.
Man, they stopped that clock quick.
And Nathan Chandler has plenty of arm to get that ball in the end zone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They'll look for, probably look for Strickland or maybe one of their bigger guys for a jump ball. And try to either get a touchdown or maybe a pass interference.
I think you got to come with the blitz right now to disturb Chandler to maybe make him throw it a lot quicker than he wants to.
Stevenville's going to call a timeout, Boots.
Well, and they probably want to get the correct defense in right before this play. They will take a timeout. We'll take one with them. 17-14, Stephenville on top of Southlake. Back in 30 seconds on KSTV.
Some people call us their money farmers. We help them plant their money and watch over the crop, warning them of potential threats, dangers, and disasters. We measure the growth and advise them of better times to harvest. At Investment Centers of America, we measure our success by your success. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, located at the Town and Country Bank Building in Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory. Who was voted the best tractor dealership in Erath County? Who carries products for the farmer, outdoorsman, and the family who wants the ultimate lawn? If you guessed Hendershot Equipment, you scored a touchdown. Dr. Albert A. Lilly, Doctor of Dentistry. The dental office of Dr. Albert A. Lilly wishes to salute Stevenville football and its tradition of excellence.
And welcome back. 2 seconds remaining here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 17, Southlake 14. Stephenville wanting to decide on what type of defense to run here on this last play before the half. And this has got to be the nickel package for Stephenville. Did we ever wrap up that last scoring drive?
No, but we're going to here.
All right, we'll do it right after this play. Stephenville with 3 safeties back, Griles, Cardwell, and Gunn. Also back deep for Stephenville is Josh Martin. Deep drop. Chandler wanting to throw the deep ball up over the top of everybody, and it's knocked out of the back of the end zone by Cardwell. Good to see him on defense, and that will make us go to the half. Johnny, the last scoring summary.
It went 8 plays, 74 yards, only took 1:28. Luker to Evett for the lead for the Yellow Jackets at halftime. Your Stephenville Yellow Jackets on top 17-14.
We're back in 2 minutes. Halftime shows up next on KSTV.
Once again, it's time for us to show our support for Yellow Jacket football. That means a lot of traveling. The all-new 99 Chevy Silverado pickup will get you there safely, in comfort, and in style. I invite you to stop by and see our staff about this all-new Chevy truck. And when you do, you will meet a staff that genuinely cares about you and your family. We consider ourselves family and encourage you to do the same. From all of our staff to you, travel safely and go Jackets!
Town and Country Bank, and I'd like to introduce you to the head football coach of the Tarleton Texans, Craig Wiedemann.
And I'd like to personally invite you to an exciting season of college football here at Tarleton State University. Come watch some of your former Jackets, Landon Cribbs, Jeff Smith, Brad Couch, and Steve Bethea, as we tackle the Lone Star Conference.
Again, it's time for our playoff game pep rally. Join the band and the cheerleaders as we support the Yellow Jackets with the Beat 'em Up and the Hate Song. We're going to keep doing this as long as it works.
Apartment living seems hassle-free until your bathtub overflows or your bedroom goes up in smoke. Ask your State Farm agent how renter's insurance can help cover the damage. Renter's insurance covers your TV, your laptop, your speakers, your sneakers, your wall hangings, your fine porcelain, and lots of other stuff that could get ruined or even ripped off. If you need renter's insurance, State Farm is there.
Texas Trucks in Stephenville is the home of real trucks, not little bitty trucks, but stout pulling rigs. If you're in the market for a 1-ton dually, a 3/4-ton late model, low mileage, clean truck, then Texas Trucks is the place for you. Don't waste hours driving up and down the interstate looking for a great deal when Texas Trucks has already done it for you. They constantly scour the Southwest looking for that perfect late model, low mileage pickup. Now all you have to do is stop by Texas Trucks and pick out the one that's right for you. Texas Trucks, South Loop, Stephenville.